to another episode of Composed Living with Elsa Elbert. I am your host, Elsa, and today my guest is Cher Olivos. Cher is a passionate wellness advocate, a women's hormone health expert, and the driving force behind BeBalanced natural hormone weight loss in Southern California. With nearly 2 decades in the medical industry, working closely with physicians, boards, and healthcare executives, she built her career in compliance, operations, and clinical improvement. But it was her own postpartum health crisis that led her to re examine everything she thought she knew about wellness. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to have you as a guest today. This is a topic that I get like so excited about. I feel like in every podcast I've ever done, I find a way to like sneak in discussion of hormones. So now we actually get to like get to the root of it and talk to the expert, which I'm so excited about. So thank you so much for being a guest today.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Well, why I would love for you just to introduce yourself. And I think you have such a great business, but also a great story about how you came to be in this business. So maybe you can just kind of give us a little background on you and Be Balanced and what that is, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that kind, detailed intro. Tacking on to that, I did spend 18 years in the medical field, worked in so many different kinds of healthcare organizations, from hospitals, insurance-based nonprofits, to even eating disorder treatment centers. So, views around eating is dear to my heart. But yeah, despite having all the resources, being connected to so many physicians and organizations, I thought that once I had my kid, I would bounce back. Clearly, I did not. I had joint issues, PPD, like all the postpartum issues. And it really sucked. I wanted to enjoy time with my baby. And when I reached out to other moms, I couldn't believe the feedback I was getting that this is the norm, accept it, yeah, just swallow it. This is just the new norm with your body, with your mental health, with your weight, all of it. And I just couldn't accept that. So yeah, I started looking around and discovered Be Balanced. I love that from a risk management background as well. I love that this was a proven model that had been working with 100,000 women in a very efficient way to reset your body in a way that, like, despite how much I tried supplements. I worked for a supplemental company. I tried my chiro, acupuncture, so many options, medicine, even like skin and medical injections, tried all of it, and nothing was like my experience with Be Balanced. So yeah, def-
That's awesome.
definitely life changing.
So Be Balanced focuses on weight loss as it relates to your hormone health. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah. So when we're like in our 20s, we often believe that weight gain is due to lack of exercise and eating unhealthy. But for us women after 35, weight gain is less about calories in and out and exercise. Instead, it has to do more with our hormone imbalance. That is really the most common root cause of weight gain for women over 35. Gut issues, insulin imbalance, estrogen progesterone imbalance, all stemming from excess stress. Our adrenal glands are overworked, cortisol is too high, and it's impacting not just our weight, but inflammation and just how we feel, our mood, our sleep, our energy, all of that.
I think what, so full disclosure, so everyone knows I went through the Be Balanced program with Cher and obsessed. I think also I'm like your biggest fan. And every time we talked about food and, all of the things, I was like, I love all the food options. This is amazing. This is like how I want to eat all the time anyway. But when I came to you, I'm 44 now, I would say, you know, on New Year's Day, every New Year's Day for the last 10 years. It started 10 years ago with like, okay, I've gained like 5 pounds and I want to get this under control this year. Like, we're going to lose those 5 pounds and stay at my goal weight. My goal weight has always been about like how I feel in my body. Do I feel healthy, energetic, all of those things, and less about like the physicality of it, right? So, like, we have kids. I want to be like, if the kids are playing a sport, I want to be able to play with them. Like, I want my body to be healthy and be able to function. Just so we all have an understanding of what I mean when I say my goal weight. And then the next year, it was like, ooh, not only did I not lose that 5 pounds, but I like gained another 4 pounds. So it was like, this year, now we have to lose 9. And then the next year, it was like, again, like another sneaky 3 pounds came on there until by the time I met you, I was like at my wit's end because it was now 40 pounds. And I'm just like doing the math on what that's doing to my joints every day. Like everything is harder when you're carrying inflammation and weight. And it's like carrying around a toddler with you everywhere you go. And I was exhausted. I hadn't slept through a night in more than a decade. My hair was falling out like crazy. I have hives all the time. Like that made no sense. I'm not allergic to anything, but I was just like had hive, like just random hives kind of all over my body. And on and on and on. It was like the list, you have like a checklist of what are all the symptoms you feel. And I was like, everything in this area. And I was also very skeptical. Like, I was like, I have already gone to my primary care doctor. They referred me to a thyroid specialist. There's nothing wrong with my thyroid. I had all my panels done. Everything was fine. I work with an acupuncturist. It's like all of the same as you. I did all of the things. And instead of ever feeling better, it just kind of was a slow creep that kept going every single year. And then, like when you go and you ask someone for help, you're like, sure, it worked for somebody else, but like it's not going to work for me, or like this is just another weight loss gimmick, or, I feel like we're so marketed to, particularly around women and weight loss, that I was like, I don't want to do like anything that's unhealthy. That's all, that's just my personal choice. Like I only choose the natural option when that's what's presented or when that's what's available. But then, I dove in with you and I was like, what's the worst that can happen? And instead, within like 3 days, I think I was texting you and was like, well, I slept for 9 hours last night, didn't even move once. Like I tucked myself into bed and I woke up in that same position. And after that, I was hooked. It's amazing what sleep does for you.
And that was just one of the things that I saw improve with you. You are such
So
a great
many.
model. Yeah, like hives. Have you had hives lately or
They're much less. And it's crazy, I think at the root of all of that, right? So I did like 2 months of working with you and like changing what I was eating. And I think now as I'm reintroducing foods, so I lost 25 pounds, which is incredible. And I felt like amazing and not like satiated, I guess. Like I was never hungry. I didn't feel like I was deprived of anything. It's probably more difficult for people who really love sugar, like sugary snacks. That's not me. I love fruits and vegetables and protein, and I got to eat all of those things. So that was amazing. Probably a little more difficult for me to like cut out having a glass of wine in the evenings. But after the first couple of days, even that went away because it was replaced with this incredible amount of energy and clarity and hives going away. My hair stopped falling out. Plus, like waking up every day and being like, I lost another half a pound, or like point 0.3 of a pound. It's so motivating to see it after a decade of trying everything to see actual results. And I still feel so like I haven't gained any weight back because I think, and you can talk a lot more about this too, like how long it takes your body to kind of get adjusted to the new norm. But yeah, huge fan. So no, not really hives. I see it now if I do eat more sugar, or like if we go to a party, I have a couple glasses of wine and I like sneak a half of a cookie, then the next day I'll be like, sneaky little hives. So I do think that like in my body, sugar plays such a role in that hormonal imbalance. And for me, that expresses itself primarily through hives or migraines. So it's just even having that awareness, I think, has been so helpful for me of like, I'm still making the decision to eat whatever I want, and I'm not restrictive in that way, but I have a greater awareness of how I'm going to feel if I do and, what the results will be afterwards. So, but that's the maintaining part.
Yeah. Oh my God. I love your story, Elsa. You're such a great model. But yeah, that is the bigger goal. I think I'm a lot like you, where losing weight was maybe secondary to really feeling good. And after each kid, that was just my goal, to just feel good, show up better. I mean, you're such a powerhouse. You're doing and managing so much with the kids and home and chat that, like, at the core of it, I'm really big about, yes, weight loss, but helping you just feel good. Like what you're saying, that is my goal with like every woman. Not just drop weight, but like feel better and get in tune with what works for your body, what's jiving with it. Get educated on, oh, if I have this food, this is how I'm going to feel. And here are some tools to combat it. Like I have chocolate cake in the fridge right now. I also don't want to deprive myself. But the education piece, I call it like a semester in education about your body, especially as we get closer into menopause. Us women, we're living in our body. We should know what's going on and what's going to happen.
Yeah, and that part's really tricky because we don't really get a formal education on like what the hormones are that exist in your body and the role that each one of them plays and what that would look like if one of them was out of balance in one way or the other. I don't remember ever getting that education, at least, and I still like have a very rudimentary understanding of like what exactly, like someone will tell me, "Oh, your progesterone's probably low." And I'm like, "Okay, but like what does that really mean?" Like, where's it supposed to be in relation to what? And what are the symptoms of, like, how do you know if your progesterone is high or low, or your estrogen or cortisol? Cortisol, I think maybe is like an easier one to understand just as like a stress response. But even that, I would say that probably was the hardest part for me because with Be Balanced, I mean, you can talk about this. I don't need to. It's like, I don't know everything about your business. But again, I'm such a huge fan. It's not just about what you're eating, right? Like every day you're doing things to lower your stress response. So maybe you can share a little bit about like what some of those things are and like the impact that cortisol has on your body and your weight loss journey.
Yeah. So our nervous system has two modes, our sympathetic system and our parasympathetic. You can also look at it as fight or flight, or rest and relaxation. Us modern women, we're doing so much. If we stay in our fight or flight mode too long, then that's what causes havoc in our body. We're not meant to be in fight or flight too long. We were designed to only get into that mode temporarily if there's a lion or a tiger in the room and we're ready to run, hide, fight. So we need to get your body into rest and relaxation mode, activate that parasympathetic mode. And we try to do it in the easiest ways possible. Put you on an anti inflammatory diet so you're physiologically less stressed. Let's do some meditation, dry brushing, and just shifting your mindset a little bit. And all of these little things are very feasible and straightforward. We try to make it as easy as possible, but that's what gets clients to build a new norm into their lifestyle to get into that parasympathetic mode despite work and kids. So yeah, just having that basic understanding, building little
Yeah.
habits.
And I love that within your program, like you give clients the dry brush so that they can be like dry brushing their skin every day. And the meditation, it makes it really easy to just be like, okay, I'm going to click play on this one thing and dedicate that time to kind of actually resting while you're awake, which I think is so important. And I remember so many times in the 2 months where we were working closely together where I was like, okay, my goal here is to reduce stress. I was also having some cardiac issues. So at this time, when we're all lower cortisol, Pip was sick and dying. Work was insane. Like no one was booking organizing projects, and the economy was like in such a weird state of flux. I feel like no one was spending money on anything. What else? There was like something else that was like really tragic that was happening all at the same time. Oh, I had the heart issues, and then because I had to have a cardiac MRI, they found like a huge tumor on one of my boobs. Then I was like, oh my, like what's actually happening in the world right now? And then I couldn't get in for a mammogram. It was like every time I talk to you, you're like, well, that's a stressful thing that's happening. Like, how can we? You're like, maybe, are you still like feeling okay? I'm like, it's fine, we're handling. But I think I was most proud of myself for going through all of that and never faltering from my commitment to eating better. And I'm really surprised because it doesn't take a lot to get me to have a glass of wine. Throughout that whole process, I was like, no, I'm feeling good. And I feel like because my body was actually coming down a little bit, I was able to handle the like wild volume of stress that came at me at the same time.
I really could not believe like every time I called you, every time we talked, there's
It was
oh
nuts.
my gosh. I cannot believe how you handled all that in such a calm demeanor. You were still positive, still moving through that. I mean, that was a lot. That doesn't happen very
It
often.
was a lot. But I also like it makes me wonder what my body would have felt like going through all of that and not having already changed my eating habits through working with Be Balanced, because then also I wouldn't be sleeping and I wouldn't have that like positive energy to start the day of like, okay, at least like my body is getting healthier. I'm seeing some weight come off. I'm seeing some inflammation go away. I have more energy. So I really do feel like the timing was so universally aligned for me. Like I think you and I met at the perfect time, and then like the world kind of knew what was coming my way, and it was like, you should start lowering your stress and like feeling better in your body now.
Aw. I know you were going above and beyond in some areas, and I think that also contributed. You had such a strong foundation, at least compared to like my other clients, because I think you already were working on like certain spiritual things. You were journaling. So maybe this was kind of filling in a gap where you were trying like already
Yeah.
working in other areas. And yeah, I don't know. I think that was my view of like what you were working on.
What do you think people's biggest challenge is with like sticking to the program? Or maybe it's even like getting started to begin with.
Yeah, the getting started piece. I think because of the weight loss injections out there, they kind of, I mean, I got a text this morning. Oh, that sounds too good to be true. I don't believe it. This is such an unknown like animal, and it does sound too good to be true when people are seeing testimonials. So yeah, that is a challenge in the education. Like when I say hormones, some people are just scared. Oh no, I don't want to mess with my hormones. Leave me alone. This is too
Yeah.
scary. Let me go for weight loss injections, and it's covered by insurance. Let me work the chemical route. So the education piece, and then the prioritization. Us women with kids, families, work, we're giving, giving, giving. And sometimes, like, it really takes a lot to put ourselves like first. But when we do, I do see the benefit of like the family eating better, Chad's losing weight in your case, like there's a
Yeah.
butterfly effect. So yeah, that's something that people usually like learn later on. Oh, when I do put myself first, oh, it actually is better for me and everyone else. And then the last thing I think is perfectionism. I really try to lean away from like it's okay to have mistakes. Like let's lean towards like progress over perfection because we want to build lifelong habits here. And so removing the shame around perfectionism and it's okay to get off track. We're playing the long game here. We're playing the life game. So if in 20 years you build one better habit in reducing, I don't know, your a certain fat at a certain time of the day or reducing cortisol, imagine that impact of a 20-year like healthier habit.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And I think the accountability piece will also, I mean, you give so much detailed instruction to get started with Be Balanced, and I'm really good at following instructions, right? So when you give me a list of like, these are all the foods you can eat and these are the ones to avoid, that's pretty easy for me to stick within. But again, like, because I love all fruits and vegetables and proteins, and I don't have like, I could kind of take or leave the rest of it. Like, I've never been a big fan of grains. I don't really like crave pastas and stuff. I mean, I'll eat them. Like, if you put a pizza in front of me, I'll eat the whole pizza. But this is the change, right? Is like, now if you put a whole pizza in front of me, maybe I'll have a slice of pizza, but I don't feel the same compulsion to eat like the whole entire thing. Or even like every Friday night we go to the kids' football games. What do you think those food options are? You have one slice of cheese pizza or like nachos, which I don't even know what that is. It's not cheese. It's all chemicals, like chemicals and food coloring. And, there are times where I forgot to pack food to bring with me, and I'll have like half of a slice of pizza and the other just to like, so I'm not like starving and I'll come home and make something. But for most of this whole season, I've brought like chicken breast with me, cucumbers cut up. I'll bring an apple with like lemon juice on it. And then I'm sitting there like snacking on all of my things and drinking a sparkling water or something. And I don't miss it at all because it's like so ingrained in me now how I'm going to feel if I'm eating this versus if I'm eating that.
Yeah.
So that feels like a win and something that I hope really stays with me.
Oh, I think it will. Like, this is so learning the true cost of certain foods and how we feel. Like, I love that. Yeah, that is my biggest goal with like everyone. Just learn the cost of eating certain foods and just feel better. I'm hearing that more and more
Yeah.
from like everyone. I just want to feel better physically. Uh, yeah.
And I mean, I really do. I think, yeah, I have a better understanding of what doesn't make me feel great, but that's my decision to make. It's wild for me to hear you say that people, I mean, I can understand like it's too good to be true. Maybe that was like also a little bit of my skepticism in the beginning was like, oh, sure, everyone says like do this and you'll lose 20 pounds. Like, I don't know. But when I sat down with you and learned what the program was, it was so logical to me because what you put into your body, what you put on your body has an impact on everything. It's like this is just basic nutritional science, right? Like your body needs X, Y, and Z proteins and amino acids and vitamins and minerals to make healthy new cells. And like you're not suggesting that people do anything outside of that. Like you're giving them whole natural ingredients that allow the body to heal itself, which like that's really all it needs. We don't need chemicals. We don't need in a lot of, I mean, take that with a grain of salt. If you have a serious illness, whatever, yes, absolutely. Maybe you need a medication for something. That's not what I'm talking about here. For your everyday existence, if we're giving our body the fuel that it needs to thrive, then it will thrive. And I think it does a really good job of healing itself. So to hear people say, like, I don't want to mess with my hormones. Like you are, though. When you're eating garbage or you're too stressed out or you're not sleeping enough or you're not taking care of yourself, that is messing with your hormones. And the solution that you're providing is only through clean eating and like mindfulness, meditation, gentle walks, all those things, can you find that rebalance by letting your body chill out and take care of itself.
Yeah. Well said.
I should just come work for you, I think. I'm done with organizing. I'm all about
Oh my
hormones now.
God. I love your nerdy side. Yeah, the way you put it is so matter of fact. Food is medicine in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, balancing certain key hormones and your gut. So with like your hives, we really
Mhm.
resetted your gut. 90% of your immune system is made in your gut. So if you have skin issues, you're getting sick, even though you're eating the right things, if you're having like leaky gut symptoms and a lot of issues with your gut, then you could be eating the right things and still feeling bad. So yeah, like what we did with you was a multi-prong approach. Reduce stress, improve your
Yeah.
gut, lifestyle choices. And I think that's where the magic happens. I think a lot of people are trying to do the DIY. I did, other people have done it. Let me take this supplement. Let me try eating this way. But the shock in this program of doing it all at once, all at the same time with an
Hmm.
accountability supportive coach, that is what results in the 15 pounds down in a month of inflammation, stored fat. You're just detoxing, but in a healthy, energetic way.
Yeah. I mean, I truly never felt deprived of anything because, I mean, you just get to eat such beautiful foods.
Yeah.
Was I like the only person who would call you and be like, I love radishes?
No, I heard that so much. Like one guy was like, "Oh, I had Chick-fil-A and it was disgusting. I just wanted an orange. I just wanted my wife's cooking."
Yeah.
And this is so
I
weird.
have like such a habit now in the morning. I'm like two hard-boiled eggs and a small apple and 30 ounces of water, add a little apple cider vinegar.
Ah.
But you're also like the effect on the other people around you. I think that's like the unsung hero too, like I think when I lost maybe even up to 10 pounds, Chad wasn't like really paying attention. But then when I was like, wow, I'm down 11 pounds, I'm down 12 pounds, he was like, huh, should I do this? I was like, well, like you kind of are. Like I cook for our family, so everyone is eating essentially what I'm eating, and then they would supplement it. So if I made like grilled salmon and zucchini, then maybe they're also having like pasta or rice or something that goes with it. Or do like fajita bowls, and I just wouldn't have rice and beans and tortillas, and they would. And so then he joined me and was like, I'm going to do it. I just want to eat how you're eating. And I was like, okay, I mean, you don't need to take it that seriously. He's like, no, no, I want to see like how you feel. And so he kind of like he cut out cocktails, he stopped eating bread. He wasn't like doing all the supplements, like not the whole program, but just like sort of the fundamentals of the food piece. And he lost 10 pounds. And I think he's feeling great. He also, like, I've seen his pattern shift. We both just like love a cocktail, or for him, it's a cocktail. For me, it's a glass of wine in the evening. And it's very easy for that to become a mindless pattern where, like, you don't even ask yourself, like, do I really want this? It's just like, oh, it's 5 o'clock. So now we're having a cocktail. And I've seen that really shift in him over the last couple of months too, where he's like, no, I'm just not drinking this week. Or, he went like a couple of weeks just for no reason, just like, I don't really need it. He's sleeping better and he feels better. And now that he's seen that he's lost 10 pounds, I think his goal was like 13. So he's like so close. And it's really nice to see those patterns at least get thought about and have some mindfulness around like I think that was my biggest problem too, is like I would see something and not think about it and just eat it.
Mm, yeah, yeah.
And so now, like, if you go past the pantry, it's like, I know how many calories are in a walnut or whatever it is.
Uh, I love that. I mean, it was a similar dynamic with like my husband and I when we both did it. He did our gut program at first as well. I think when you go from like your norm of like bloating and having issues, it just becomes the norm. So when you become balanced and feel better, you're like, oh my gosh, I do not want to feel that way again. I personally hate bloating. I do not care to ever feel like that again. For me, it comes with brain fog, low energy, and it's just, it sucks my day away. It impacts the way I show
Yeah.
up at work and with my kids. So, just knowing the value of that, like after people feel good, they just look back and like, I do not want to feel that way. And if your partner is looking and feeling good, yeah, you want to like show up better. um,
Yeah.
like my skin was better. I dropped the 18 pounds in a month. I slept better and I my libido went up. So there was just
All wins.
I think also with like the two kids, I noticed when I was like imbalanced, I was more short with them. I couldn't enjoy time with them.
Mm.
But once I started getting balanced, I noticed I was singing in the car. I enjoyed floor time and playing with them. And that was really important for me. Like you can only fake it so much. So I don't know, just being
Yeah.
in a better mode.
And think about the impact that that has on your kids too, to be able to see their mom be happy and singing and playful. That's really beautiful.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. We have this thing of like happy hour at night where right before we go to sleep, I mean, it's not the healthiest thing, but we blast the music and just like dance like crazy. And when I was feeling off, like I didn't care to do that. Like no music, no dancing,
Yeah.
but now it's like, mommy, let's dance to Selena or whatever.
Love. I feel like that's so healthy. You're moving your body, you're bringing joy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's why
That's like,
we have that cheesy symbol in our logo, like that butterfly. At first, I'm like, this is corny, but
mm,
that butterfly effect, especially as us women, because we are the spoke of our house. So much of like our energy impacts the way other people feel and eat all around us. So yeah, it is important for us to feel good.
yeah, 100%. I mean, everyone should feel good, and if there's something that's holding you back from that, I highly encourage you to find a way to remove those obstacles. I feel like I'm so close to you have like such a fun expression for this where I'm like really close to my goal, but I'm like kind of happy with where I am.
I call it half happy.
Yes. Oh, there you go. That's easy.
Yeah.
I'm half happy. I mean, I feel whole happy, but like I don't feel the same urgency, I guess, to like dive into another month at this moment, but I'm also like having so much fun just making sure that I'm maintaining how I feel right now while also living a normal life. We're coming up on the holiday season. It's very busy for me at work. It's also very tricky, I think, to eat on a super restrictive diet. At least for me, it would be. So I'm kind of having fun with seeing how well I can maintain and feel good through the season, and then I'll kick it into high gear again soon.
All good. There's still value in what you're doing because you're maintaining. You kind of mentioned it earlier where it takes 2 years for your body to establish its weight as its home weight and really settle there. And for you to maintain, like, so happy and proud of you for maintaining that because that's the goal. I think only 20% of people in other weight loss programs are able to keep the weight off, only 20% because they haven't reached that 2-year mark. So I think you're the perfect example of like the education, the lifestyle changes, these daily habits, maintaining the weight and maintaining how you feel is just one of the biggest goals. I personally am half happy too because like I feel okay
Yeah.
when you don't feel like crap. Weight is and you look decent. I don't know, things are running on decent cylinders. It doesn't become a priority. So I think
Yeah.
like yeah, feeling good is the main
Do you?
goal.
Yes, totally. Do you have a tip, or have you seen something that has worked for sort of like jump starting people out of that half happy and like over the finish line?
Hmm. It could be an event. Well, New Year's, that number changes. Maybe like at the 6 month mark. So, like, you're maintaining, your weight is staying at this home weight. And then it could just be like another kick in the butt. Like, all right, you've been here 6 months. How long do you want to keep going?
Yeah.
Um, so I think with coaching, I start off with like being supportive and kind, but like later phases kind of becomes like a kick in the butt. Like, all right, you told me that this is your goal. You've been here 6 months. Like, what are you doing? Are you done? Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it becomes more tough love.
Okay. I need Mean Share to come out soon. Maybe January 1. I need aggressive share.
Yeah, so check out, keep enjoying, keep like establishing or keep cementing these habits and cementing this weight because that's super important. There's value there. There's so much value in what you're doing right now. Yeah, can't blame
Yeah.
it.
I love thinking about it that way, like you're getting your body used to being at a certain level. And I very much feel that way right now. Like I could say we started working together in April of this year, I think. And right before I started with you, I was in Portugal with my family. It was my mom's 70th birthday, and my brothers and I spent some time with her. And that was the heaviest I've ever been in my entire life, including the day that I gave birth to my daughter. Like I was 10 pounds heavier than I was when I was 9 months pregnant, to put that in perspective. And, my younger brother he works in the fitness world. Like his whole entire world is health and fitness and moving your body. And I was embarrassed. Like, I didn't want to go. I mean, I didn't want to see any of them because it's also so much more obvious when someone sees you like once every 6 months, then they're like, whoa, what's happening here? And we talked a lot about it. My younger brother and I spent probably 8 or 9 days just with him. And, he doesn't sugarcoat things with me, which I love. If you say, like, oh, I need to lose 40 pounds to a girlfriend, they're like, no, you're beautiful. But if I say that to my brother, he's like, yes. And what are we doing about it? And like, how did we get here? And I think that is so supportive. Like, I look at that as a very loving way to support someone because at that point, it was really about my health and everything was failing. Like, my heart, I have an issue where it's very irregular and my resting heart rate can be like 140 at times, which is insane. So imagine how your body feels. Like, talk about being stuck in fight or flight mode. My body always feels like it's stuck in fight mode. And so we were talking about heart issues, we were talking about hormone balance. I was telling him that I already knew I was going to start this program with you. And he was so supportive. He called me every day from Portugal, even when he's working and launching another business and doing all of these things. And he's like, I want to know about it. Send me pictures. How are you feeling? What's the weight loss today? It was so great. And then, now I FaceTime with them, and my older brother was like, this is the best you've ever looked, by the way. And I was like, that's so nice. Thank you. And so I think like having that encouragement too, but like from a real place of like, you need to be healthy. You need to take care of your body. And like this version of you does not look healthy. It's gotten out of control. And I loved having those check ins that were real. Like, how much do you weigh today? How much have you lost? Like, what are you doing? What are you eating? How are you moving your body? He always gives me like great stretches and yoga moves and breathing tactics. He does a lot of coaching and breath work. And so, like, things to, again, like, get into that parasympathetic nervous system. So it's been really fun to see my family involvement, not just Chad and the kids because I'm feeding them, but also like to have that support from my family and those check-ins. Like, that accountability is a lot.
Love that. Yeah, because if we think about it, our family just cares about us and wants us to be around longer and healthier. And what would you pay for that to maybe get off medications or show up better, just live longer, live like better? Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I love these stories. One was like the
Oh, that's
go for it.
no, go ahead.
Oh, I had this one client who hadn't seen his daughter in forever, and then she saw him and I think she cried, like, Dad, you're healthier. Like, yeah, I think she was about to get married. I mean, it was such a sweet, like, story. Like, it becomes more than
I
like
love that.
looks, but yeah, quality of life.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and for, yeah, I mean, I love like the human body. I think it is remarkable. And so I've always been fascinated by like what goes into our body and all of the things. I think I just have like an awareness of my overall health picture. And also before we started working together, my cholesterol was wild. I'm not even going to say what the number is, but it's like everyone should be shocked that I'm alive. It was so bad. And that's the one thing that I'm realizing now in chatting with you. I haven't had it rechecked yet. And I'm very excited to see if it's like at least to put it in like, I don't even remember what the number is. It's like so grossly high. But my primary care doctor called me and he's like, you need to go on cholesterol medication now. And I was like, no, I will not. I will do everything else. So I'm very excited to see. I think I have an appointment in December. If that number has come down and like out of that danger range where I don't want to be 44 and taking cholesterol medication, that's bananas.
Oh, ah,
So we'll see. To be determined. And if it hasn't come out of that danger zone, then I definitely need mean share to get me back to finally get to that goal weight so that not only will I feel better and have more energy and all of those things, but there's also a very real health concern that comes with your body not being balanced. So
yeah.
both of those things are important to me. Right now, I think that's my half happy. I feel like I look better and I have more energy, but we also still need to make sure that some of these more serious concerns are addressed.
Yeah.
How did I get here? Oh, I feel like a disaster sometimes when I say it all out loud.
No, but look how much you've progressed. Look at all your wins. Look at how much your brothers are seeing your wins, you know,
Yeah,
like in such a short amount of time,
that's true.
relatively. Like, so,
Really short. I mean, we're talking right now, it's early November. I think I started working with you end of April. So it's like a very small amount of time, especially considering I had spent 10 years prior just like thinking about it, but not really doing much.
yeah, you're sleeping now. I mean, you've made so much progress. So definitely look at all those wins because it's there, other people are seeing it, and this is like long term. You are winning the long game.
Oh, I hope so. We'll keep going with it. I'm so grateful that our worlds collided so that I could meet you and learn about what you do and how you support women. And I'm extremely grateful for your help, your intervention in my life, and for how good I feel in my body now. It's amazing. I'm just such a big fan of what you do and how you support women, not just women. You work with everyone, but you know, I'm a woman. I like women.
Yeah, no, same here. Oh my God. Well, it's been so awesome and fun really witnessing your transformation. And I guess that's like my win too, seeing the transformation of a lot of like my other clients, especially because they deserve it. They've been giving to others for years, and this becomes like me time. And yeah, it's so fun to watch.
I love that. I love thinking about it that way. It's really nice. Well, thank you so much for sharing your journey with us, for allowing me to share my journey with people, for your support, and thanks for being a guest today.
Thank you. And if anyone is interested, they're welcome to a free discovery call. Happy to answer any questions. They can find me at bebalancedla.com or follow me at bebalanced with Cher on Instagram.
Amazing. And we'll make sure all of that is in the show notes as well. Awesome. Have a good day, everyone.